Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to update the fastest and most accurate news. Hello everyone, welcome back to my High Celebrities news channel. The story for today is Rachel Riley appeared in good spirits as she departed the Countdown studios alongside temporary new host Colin Murray on Tuesday. The Match of the Day 2 presenter, 45, shared the news of his appointment on Twitter following mounting speculation that he would take on the role in the wake of Anne Robinson quitting after just 1 year on the job. Rachel looked radiant as ever for the outing as she donned a fuchsia jumper which she paired with an orange mini skirt. The garment had a purple leaf print while the TV host also sported a pair of white trainers as she departed the studio. Letting her blonde locks fall loose down her shoulders, Rachel added to her outfit with a pair of sunglasses. Colin cut a casual figure in a pastel pink jumper along with a pair of navy jeans and a white t-shirt. During Tuesday's episode of Countdown, Rachel was left red-faced when the board spelled out a rude word. Contestants had to form a word from a series of random letters and both came up with P******, with Rachel then seen smirking at the camera. It comes after Giles Corren spelt out another rather rude-sounding word on the board during a recent episode. Rachel was left visibly surprised after columnist Giles, 52, revealed he had created a winning 8-letter word that was unfortunately also an innuendo. Players Lee and Craig had revealed the 6-letter words they had each come up with, as Craig told the show's main host Anne Robinson he had found the term enable while Lee had blouse. But when Anne handed over to Dictionary Corner, guest Giles managed to trump both contestants as he proudly declared his rather rude-sounding 8-letter word noshable. Explaining the meaning of his word, he said, "When you have a delicious lunch and it's noshable." Lexicographer Susie Dent confirmed the term was in the dictionary and means tasty, with Rachel appeared wide-eyed as she stood beside the word spelt out on the board. It comes after Colin confirmed he is the new temporary host of Countdown. Poking fun at his football background, Colin joked that he was the assistant manager, given the job until end of season. He continued, "Earn respect of dressing room, Susie Dent and Rachel Riley, get some points on the board, try to win a trophy. 75 games to get it right. Absolute honor. Fave show ever, July 14th to start of November #Countdown." Colin confirmed he was already recording episodes of the much-loved show as he shared a clip of his new dressing room to the tune of Endor's Pump It Up. It was recently rumored that Colin would fill Anne's shoes until Channel 4 bosses find a permanent replacement or her Countdown position. The TV presenter, who is also known for hosting his own BBC Radio 5 show, allegedly began filming episodes on Sunday. Hinting that he could even be in for the permanent role, a source told The Mirror, "Colin has agreed to be a stand-in host for us, which is brilliant news. He knows the team and gets on really well with Rachel, they are good friends off-screen. No one knows what is going to happen beyond the autumn in terms of hosting, but if Colin does want the job, he is in the right place to show why he should get it." Bookmakers had tipped Carol Vorderman and Rachel as favorites to replace Anne as the main presenter after number 1 favorite Richard Osman ruled himself out of the running. Carol, who was the show's maths whiz for 26 years, this week told fans it would be an honor to return to Countdown as host after calls for her to get the job. It was revealed that Anne was leaving the show after just 1 year by the Daily Mail's Alison Boshoff, and Anne has since said she quit over a pay dispute. It has been claimed the cast of Countdown are relieved Anne is leaving after reports of an on-set feud with Rachel, who Anne reportedly found too noisy, and Susie Dent. And as speculation circles about who will replace her, bookmakers have put Carol at the top of their lists, with Paddy Power giving her 4/1 odds, topped only by comedian Ramesh Ranganathan with 2/1 odds. After becoming a favorite to take the job as host and return to the show, after she departed as co-host in 2008, Carol took to Twitter on Wednesday to admit she would be honored to be offered the role. She wrote, "Thank you to all of you saying such lovely things about a possibility of me returning to Countdown. You're very kind. It would be an honor, but I want to wish whoever is the lucky human to be the new host all the love and 9-letter words in the world. #count well. #happy days." Speaking to The Sun, a TV insider previously revealed, Carol is such a big part of Countdown and Channel 4 know how much everyone loves her. Bosses would love her to come back as the main host, her Countdown journey would come full circle. It would be perfect. A source close to the star told the publication, Countdown has always held a special place in Carol's heart. And she continues to be a big fan of the show, nearly 40 years on. It's lovely to see that Shush has had such great support from fans of the show online. And Carol's fans were quick to take to Twitter to share their hopes that she would return to the game show, dubbing her an amazing choice. One person wrote, "I'm definitely team at Carol Borders to replace at Anne Robinson." Another said, "As a huge fan and former contestant, please take the host job as I'm sure you will get offered it. It would be amazing." A third penned, "We all need our Carol back." And a fourth added, "At Carol Borders gets my vote for the Countdown job. Would be perfect." While a fifth commented, "Let's get at Carol Borders back on #Countdown." Carol is not the only Countdown star who has been tipped to secure the hosting job on the Channel 4 game show, as existing co-host Rachel Riley is also in the running. William Hill put Rachel, 36, as their #1 favorite, giving her the top odds of 3/1. She was tied at the top with Paul O'Grady, who were both closely followed by Moira Stewart and Colin Murray, both with odds of 4/1. Rachel replaced Carol as the show's maths whiz on the long-running show and has been in the position for nearly 15 years. Many bookmakers had put Richard Osman as their #1 favorite to become the new host, but the author took himself out of the running on Wednesday. Richard, 51, became the favorite to replace Anne, with Ladbrokes saying he has 3/1 odds of nabbing the job, while Star Sports bookmakers placed him at 4/1. But he took to Twitter to hit back at bookmakers marking him as the favorite for the job, as he joked he is mortal enemies with Countdown's Susie Dent. Richard recently quit his show Pointless after 13 years but insisted he has no time for the role and instead showed his support for radio presenter Colin Murray, 45, getting the job. He tweeted, "I keep reading him the favorite to be the new Countdown host. But there are 3 problems. Point 1, I just gave up a show I love because I have no time. 2, it's Susie Dent and I are mortal enemies. Point 3, they should give the job to Colin Murray." Richard said in his statement last month when he quit Pointless, "I will miss everyone so much, but I'm thrilled that I'll still be presenting the celebrity shows. I can't thank everyone enough for 12 amazing years." After Richard took himself out of the running, Sandy Toksvig has quickly become a new favorite for the job, being given odds of 7/1 by William Hill. After her name began circulating for the role, Sandy, 64, addressed the speculation during an appearance on Good Morning Britain on Thursday. The star, who recently quit as Great British Bake Off presenter and hosts G, teased that she was available for hire, and she said she likes to say yes to new opportunities. She said, "They've not asked me, it's an iconic program, the thing with life is, say yes to the thing you haven't done yet. Who knows, watch this space, I am available for hire." In their other favorites, Ladbrokes deemed comedian Susan Calman and Taskmaster star Alex Horne as the strongest odds for replacements, both of whom have 4/1 odds. Writer Victoria Coren Mitchell was next with 9/2 odds, while 8 out of 10 Cats star John Richardson follows with 11/2 odds. Meanwhile, Star Sports bookmakers placed Richard in first place, followed by Colin, who Richard showed his support for, with odds of 6/1. The BBC Radio 5 live host, 45, has previously appeared on Countdown as a guest and has also stood in as presenter before, temporarily replacing Nick Hewer. Colin was followed by comedian Joe Lycett with 16/1 odds, the last leg's Adam Hills, who was given 20/1 odds, while Piers Morgan also made the list with unlikely 100/1 odds. Also thrown into the running was Sir Trevor McDonald, with odds of 6/1, and Lorraine Kelly with 7/1 odds. Elsewhere, excited Twitter users also put Stephen Fry's name in the running, as they insisted he would be perfect for the role. One eager fan said, "What are the chances of at Channel 4 giving the #countdown job to @Stephen Fry? I think he'd be perfect for the job." Another wrote, "Stephen Fry would be the perfect #countdown host now Anne Robinson is leaving." A third commented, "I would like to suggest Stephen Fry as host." Responding to a post from Stephen, a fourth tweeted, "I would love to see you as the new presenter of #countdown." While a fifth added, "I think Stephen Fry should be the next host of @C4 Countdown." Stephen, 64, is no stranger to hosting game shows as he previously fronted BBC Series G for 13 years from 2003 to 2016. Speculation about the next Countdown host comes after Anne revealed she quit the Channel 4 show after just 1 year following a pay dispute and addressed reports of a rift between her and co-stars Rachel and Susie. And on Wednesday, Rachel seemingly made a swipe at her former co-star, 77, as she took to Instagram on Wednesday to share a cryptic post. The TV presenter shared a selfie of herself sporting a strawberry print dress and flashing a huge grin as she enjoyed a glass of wine at home. Alongside the photograph, she made a thinly veiled swipe at Anne as she wrote that she was toasting the next chapter in Countdown's history. She penned, "Drinking a toast to the next chapter in Countdown's history. I think you're going to like it." Rachel's apparent jibe comes after Anne admitted that Rachel is noisy and that she wouldn't go on holiday with her, but dismissed claims of a feud after she quit Countdown. Anne, who was employed on a freelance basis, admitted that despite being offered a pay rise, she did not want to join Channel 4's payroll and so decided to walk away from her role as host. Speaking to The Sun, she confessed, "I come from a long line of alcoholic, Irish bandits, so to suggest I go pay is a bit like asking Philip Green or Richard Branson to join the company payroll. I wasn't interested in any offer on that basis, even if it included financial parity. I will, however, miss out on the Channel 4 luncheon vouchers, which is a big regret." Speaking with Emma Barnett on Radio 4's Woman's Hour, she added, "I marched so that your generation would be really clever at negotiating your salaries and your pay, and you're all absolutely hopeless at it. Why? It's so easy, there's about 6 steps to getting the money you want." Anne continued, "What happens is some bloke comes in with his friend, gives you the interview and says we're going to pay you this, you say thank you very much. What you have to realize, they go outside and they do high fives because you've accepted the first offer." Of the rift with her co-stars Rachel and Susie Dent, she admitted that she had been annoyed by their timekeeping and noisiness. But she later said, "They're both brilliant at what they do, I mean they really, really are. Channel 4 are incredibly lucky to have them, and there isn't a rift. It was me wanting everyone to be quiet in the studio, I like everyone turning up on time and quiet, quiet, quiet. So we did have to iron that out, but that's it." Anne continued, "I think we all came to an agreement that we would have mics off before we went into a record, which gave me time to have a chat with the contestants, that's all, and remind them what their hobbies are." Describing Rachel, she said, "She is brilliant at those numbers, what else can I say?" On the prospect of retirement, the former Weakest Link host said, "I haven't got any practice at it. Maybe I'll start doing social media, you know what the Queen says, mostly to women, she says what's keeping you busy? And that's because they might not have a job so they can say I'm playing the piano, I'm doing my garden. So I'm going to practice how I explain I don't have a job." Anne continued, "It's the first time I've never had a job. It's also the first time I haven't seen a job on the horizon, I've given myself a really big talking to and I'm 78 this year and I've really got to learn about retirement. I've encouraged television bosses to realize that not all women at the wrong end of their 70s are in care homes playing bingo and watching conjuring tricks." Meanwhile, former Countdown host Nick Hewer did not hold back when recently taking a swipe at his ex-colleague Susie after she wished Anne well on Twitter. It came amid claims that the cast are relieved she is leaving after reports of an on-set feud with Rachel and Susie. But Susie appeared to dismiss any feud claims by sending a congratulatory message to wish her the best as she moved on to pastures new. The lexicographer, who has appeared in Countdown's Dictionary Corner since 1992, wrote on Twitter, "Some Countdown news. Wishing Anne all the very best in her new adventures with her grandchildren and beyond." However, Nick, 78, accused her of sucking up to her former colleague and told her she would be a prime candidate for a brown-nosing award. He responded to her tweet, writing, "Well, that's a surefire certainty for privatize OBN Order of the Brown Nose Award. Bravo Susie." Opening up to Alison Boshoff for the Daily Mail, Anne admitted that Rachel is noisy and that she wouldn't go on holiday with her, but dismissed claims of a feud. The Weakest Link host explained, "I'm not saying I would go on holiday with Rachel Riley, but she is brilliant," she said. "Absolutely honestly, I do admire her, she is really, really good at what she does, as is Susie Dent. Look, Rachel has just come back from having a baby and she is standing throughout and faultless, whereas I get to sit down. She is noisy, yes, she and Susie both are, they are a formidable pair, those two. But there isn't a question of my going because of a rift, that's nonsense." She also explained that the three women barely talk during the show, detailing, "The way that it's filmed is so tight that we don't have time to talk to each other." Representatives for Rachel Riley declined to comment at the time. Anne told Alison that she is leaving the show as her contract was only 1 year long, and she didn't realize how much time it would take up. Explaining that Shush is swapping the intense filming schedule for some downtime at home, Anne said, "I am moving on because I've got a lot going on, grandchildren, a big garden, an apartment in New York, and I want to enjoy them. Countdown has taken up more of time than I thought it would. It is great fun but it is intense. I go up to Media City in Salford, and we do 15 shows in 3 11-hour days. I'm built to last so I don't really mind, but it does take up quite a chunk of my time," she added. A spokesperson for the Channel 4 daytime show gushed over Anne after the announcement of her leaving, saying, "Quick-witted Anne has been a brilliant host on this iconic show." That is all for today news. Please make sure to leave your comment and subscribe the channel below for more news update.